a good night of Shabbos Shuvah. We are in a new year, 5 days into a new year, 5,776. The world is shaking as far as the Jewish people are concerned. The Democratic president has agreed in principle to a war against the Jews, despite all of his machinations. And the Republicrats aren't much better because they're not doing anything about it. They could do things such as the nuclear option to get the legislation in front of the president, let him veto it. Instead, they're allowing the demicans to stop the legislation against the Iran deal. And then one of the most important pundits of the Republicrats, Ann Coulter, I don't want to say let her name be obliterated. She's nothing. Calls us names, and everybody's bent out of shape. Why should he be bent out of shape? Hitler called us worse. Goebbels called us worse. We Jews live for and through the Torah. We have a purpose that is connected to God and has an effect on the world. And we, although we are affected by what goes on in the world, have to affirm that relationship with God. We are not limited by or destroyed by the world, because life continues after our death, and the creator of the universe is eternal. And all who defy the creator will have to stand in judgment before the creator. So we are undaunted by what's going on. We have to defend ourselves as best as we can, but at the same time, we have a higher purpose. What is the higher purpose this year? The answer is, it's a Shnas Hakhel, it's a year of gathering. Because until Rosh Hashanah, it was the Shemitah, the sabbatical year in Israel. After the Shemitah, we're supposed to all gather in the holy city of Jerusalem, and we were to build a wooden platform, and on that platform would go the king of Israel, and the king would read from the Torah, the book of Deuteronomy, Dvorim, and that would inspire and unify the people for another 7 years. We don't have a king, we don't have a temple. So therefore, our job is to gather Jews together, wherever they are, and to inspire them for a higher purpose. Tikkun Olam, which is the buzzword in liberal Jewish circles, is used for making sure that the world is using green energy. Tikkun Olam tax the rich so that we can pay for social programs. Of course, the ones who tax the rich never pay those taxes because they're exempt. But Tikkun Olam is correcting this world, making this world into a place where God wants to be. That's what Tikkun Olam is. Tikkun Olam is not just merely mouthing something. Tikkun Olam is making this a holy world. How do you make it a holy world? Because you connect your soul with goodness, with doing goodness and compassion and charity and good works, and you're connecting it with God. You're making God part of this world. That's what fixes the world. Tikkun Olam without God is like a body without a soul, a robot without a battery. You know, like to say gefilte fish without horseradish. But God isn't just horseradish. God is the whole thing. It's the whole shebang, the whole kibosh. Without God, there's nothing. So you say, well, I've studied physics, and in physics, Hawking says there's no God. There really is no Hawking. Hawking was created and exists only because God creates him at every moment. The world was created at a certain point in its existence, and everything we see points to a deliberate, intelligent design within the world. And that deliberate design comes from a designer, one who understood what the laws of physics are going to be. He created them. And therefore we need to not be affected by what goes on in the world. Rather, we have to reaffirm our connection with God. We have to reaffirm the special relationship that the Jewish people have with God vis-a-vis the Torah. And most importantly, we have to live for a higher purpose, greater than ourselves. If you live an entire life and you make $1 billion, $100 billion, when you're dead, how much of it do you take with you? But your good works come with you. The purpose of existence is to go out from ourselves, to become greater than ourselves, to attach ourselves to others. First and foremost as Jews to the Jewish people, and then to all the people of the world, that they should have what they need. They should develop accordingly, develop a system of ethics, a system of beliefs and practices that are healthy for the development of man, so that we can all live in harmony. That's all found in the Torah. And so as we stand here in the year 5776, it's a year of Hakhel. We have to gather together to give tzedakah, to give charity. And not just empty charity, but with our hearts and with our efforts to make sure that it goes in the proper place and people are helped and people have what they need. And gather together to pray together to God and to study Torah together. And in that process, when we gather together as a single people, together with our God, there is no force in the world that can harm us. For the Creator of the universe has promised us that if we go in His statutes, then God will bring all the blessings, including life and sustenance and existence, to us. And as it says in the blessing to Abraham, I will bless those who bless you, and those who curse you will become cursed. And you will see that in this year, as those who are our enemies will suffer the consequences of what they think that they're going to go ahead and do to us. Torah guarantees it.